Hello everybody and welcome on board this fabulous 2020 Beneteau Antares 9OB, so called because we've got the great big Suzuki 200 horsepower outboards at the back, and we can see a start-stop video of those in another video. But as you can see, we're going to go for an internal tour of this boat, and I'll talk about things in detail to give you an idea of what she's all about, where things are, etc. So let's start here, shall we? So as you can see, we do have swim platforms port and starboard around the engines. They're extensions of the main structure, and the starboard one does have a nice swim ladder nestled there, which is great. Straight through the companionway, very nice and easy. We've got a nice wide and high door here in the cockpit tent, and we do have a gate here to keep the pets and the children in as well. Very easy to open and close, no problem, just snaps back out of the way. And yes, so we'll start at the top with the cockpit tent. So here we go, very nice looking material, very contemporary, looks in good shape. There are one or two buttons that have come out that need putting back in, so a tiny bit, a few minor repairs needed there, but the windows are good. Everything seems to be fixed down very nicely, and we've stood the test of time with the recent storms in Brighton, so all very good. And happy, and of course, if we want to roll the sides up, we can do. If we want to roll the back up, if we can do, to give us that flexibility, or if you want to take it off completely, we can do as well. Otherwise, it's all as it is to give us that extra room in the wind or the rain or the storms, etc., or just to keep the sun off. So, looking back, if I just move back towards the stern and look towards the cockpit, we can see we've got our companionway through here. We've got a step companionway up to the side deck there, so we just unpop the sides and pop through, and we can walk all the way forwards there, past the side access to the helm, which we'll see in a moment. Under here, we have got the gas locker there, so that's nice, and outside of the interior, which is great. And you can see at the after end of the cockpit, we've got a nice long bench seat here with another seat outboard here, a couple of cup holders as well. And what happens is, if we want to, we can at sea, once we've lowered the engines, this whole assembly moves back on the runners here to give us that little bit more room in the cockpit here. So very nice and flexible arrangement. We've got a good storage underneath this sliding seat here as well, and underneath the cockpit, under this lid here, we've got a really lovely, great big cockpit locker. We've got room for cushions, we've got room for fenders, deck chairs, all that kind of stuff. And then tucked away under here, we've got a battery compartment, more storage, fuel piping, wiring, etc., and the tanks port and starboard. But there is loads of room underneath here, tucked under that way, and also tucked under that way. So plenty of room for your suitcases, etc., for the weekend. Of course, the cockpit table does collapse and put away as well. That easily fits down below if you want a little bit more room around, but all looking absolutely fantastic. Now, over on the port side here, you can see we've got another fishing rod holder, as we do on the starboard side. We've got a cup holder and a step up to the port side here. This side differs slightly in that it's higher, and we just walk straight all the way down to the foredeck if we want to, still inside the guardrails, but there is no port side companionway sliding door because we've got the furniture inside, which I'll show you in one moment. We do have nice strong cleats on this boat, which is really nice to see. Midships cleats fitted as well, which is great for single-handed or short-handed boating, no problem at all. So there's the companionway, really nice and easy to move. I'll just unlock it. It's in the locked open position at the moment. Here we go, and it just slides closed. See, there we go. Two-fingered action, and the door is closed. How lovely is that? If I just step back, you can see we've got full French windows, loads of light flooding in when they're closed, and light and air when they're open. So we can just flick that back there, put the lock on, and that's not going to go anywhere underway either. Very nice and high, very nice and wide, tiniest of lips here to get in, so really lovely. And of course, you'll see we've got curtains either side, so we can curtain it all off if you want to. Very nice indeed. Nice grab rail here to hold up as you're traversing around, whether you're going to the side deck or whether you're just making your way forwards. And once we're in, then we can behold the interior of this lovely boat. Now, this boat has been professionally looked after under this owner's tenure. She's been very recently anti-fouled. The copper coat has been re-energized or renovated. The hull has been polished, and the exterior has been valeted every single month. And the interior or the boat has been checked for leaks. It's been checked for the bilge, battery chargers on, tied up correctly, etc. every single week. So this owner really has looked after her. But back to the interior. interior, here we go. Very light and bright an area, not least due to the fact we've got windows all the way around, and coupled with the French windows at the back, great for watch keeping at sea. You've got an almost unobscured view. We have an opener to the port side. On the starboard side, we can see, well, we've got curtains everywhere, which is great. We can see that we've got a nice companionway which opens up very easily. Again, we've got a cleat right next to the throttle, so if you're on our own or short-handed, we can operate the centre cleat there, hopefully to a centre cleat down on the pontoon as well, but could make things a lot easier for you. Looking up, let's start from the top. Looking up, we've got a great headlining in effect. You can see we've got down spotlights all over the place. We've got these windows which let light in. We've got a lovely great big hatch here which opens up very, very nice and easily, slides back, and there we go. We've got the sun in even more. Fantastic. And if we want to keep the light out, then we close the blind there. If we want to keep the flies out, we close that one. So all really good, really, really flexible, and all built in, which is absolutely lovely. Very nice high headline or deck head here as well, so even the tall people amongst us shouldn't have a problem. Let's turn to the starboard aft corner, and you can see at the top we've got a stereo speaker. We've got curtains all over the place. I won't mention them again, but all very nice. And we've got a nice galley unit here, modular unit. So we've got a work surface here, we've got cup holders, we've got a shelf at the back where we've got the kettle. Down here, just nestling, we've got the fuel stops, which is great. We've got a socket for the kettle. Looks like we have a charging point there as well. Very nice. And if I just lift up the work surface, you can see inside, nice, relatively clean little galley here. We've got 2 burners, we've got a sink with a movable tap there, and does what it says on the tin. Very nice indeed. And then when we've finished, we've cleaned it up, put the lid down, and there we go, we're secure for sea. Underneath, we've got modular furniture. We've got a nice big drawer here for your cutlery, etc, etc. Underneath here, nestling a microwave and a bit more stowage. And in this side, we've got the fridge for the champagne or the G&T, whatever it is you would like. And it's all very nicely finished. It looks great. It looks contemporary and modern, because that's because it is. And if we look at the upholstery, that matches really well too. The flooring matches really well too. All around with the curtains and the really nice white gel coat. This feels very, very fresh. Feels almost straight out of the factory. How lovely is that? Very easy to walk through. We've got a straight walk through there, nice and wide. We've got the table to hold on to. We've got the chairs to hold on to, etc. Not much in the way of handholds until you get to here, but I'm sure you'll be okay. And if we just come back to the port quarter of this compartment, we can see we've got the saloon or the dining area, whatever you'd like to call it. A nice bench seat here with the electric cabinets underneath here as well. So there we go. Let's drop the keys out. Let's take those out, put them back in. There we go. We have storage inside here as well. So we've got live trackers, all sorts of bits and pieces in there. A raised plinth here, which gives more headspace down below in the after cabin. Nice big saloon table, which I really like on this compartment. So whether you're cooking, whether you're driving, or whether you're sitting here, you've got a great view out of all of these fantastic windows. How lovely is that? Now, the table does make itself a little bit smaller if we desire. And these two, if I can do it single-handedly, these both poke in like that. Let's do it with one hand. I'll just move these 2 cushions onto the table like that. There we go. And then if we want to make this seat, which is kind of in a lounging position at the moment, we want to make it face forwards, then hey, presto, forward facing seat. You can see you're on a Beneteau, you've got something to hang on to, loads of leg room, a great view, somewhere to put your G&T, etc. And you can sit there and accompany the driver all day and really enjoy the view looking forward as we're bombing along at 20 or 30 knots. Very nice indeed. I think you'll agree this just looks fabulous. Anyway, let's carry on to the starboard side, starboard forwards. Really lovely helm seats, kind of wrap around, so that's going to make you feel like you're cosseted and safe, etc. We've got ventilation on the starboard side from the open doorway there if we want. We've got a bolstered cushion here as well, so we can sit down, or we can sit down or stand up a little bit higher if you want to, with a footrest here. Very nice, very well thought out, nice and ergonomic, etc. And of course, here we have the helm controls. So starting, let's try clockwise. Down here, we've got the trim tabs up and down, the troll mode, The bow thruster nicely to hand, a cup holder obviously. The Garmin flat screen, this does pretty much everything except take you out into outer space. We've got charts, we've got just engine readings, everything on there. Look at the photos and you'll see them all. We've got the Suzuki monitoring system here. You can see we've got the hours showing at the moment, which is great, but we can see fuel, we can see tachos, all sorts of bits and pieces on there. The electrics panel here, just in front of the fusion system, very nice indeed. And we've got the fly-by-wire throttles here, which are an absolute dream. So no cables to